let me see. Okay. I guess y'all can hear it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Shout out to whoever's going to catch this later. Okay. My chat room still says 0. Okay. I'm not tripping on that because I do, I'm very random with my lives. So, like I said, shout out to whoever's going to catch this later. Okay. Um, so this is about, what was the title? Ascension from a God's eye view. Okay. Um, So basically, we're moving. We've been talking for months about ascending, and the entire earth as a collective. We are, both in the process of ascending in the higher realms, but also there is a new earth that already exists in that new space that we're going to already. Okay, so this switch in perspective as far as understanding that time does not exist. And so, since time is an illusion, then you have to understand that the beginning and the end of the process exist all at once. Okay, so not only does the new earth already exist in that new space, she also exists in endless versions of herself. Okay, in parallel versions. Okay, due to the fact that the earth, like all created thought forms, um, is created in its entirety, including its lifespan, all at one time. So, upon creation in the mind of God, the earth in its entirety from beginning to end was created all at one time. Okay, and therefore it already exists in every form that we can imagine, all at the same time, because once again, time is an illusion. Okay, so that for one thing. Okay, welcome to the person that's just joined me. I've just been in here talking to myself because it'll be here for whoever was going to catch it. So I was just talking about how the new earth that we're going to exists already in the space that it's in, but it's also this earth that we're on, evolving through a process. And so, because time is an illusion and doesn't exist, um, that new earth that we're going to, as well as us being in the process of getting there, they both exist simultaneously. Okay, because there's no time. And so not only does the new earth already exist in that new space, at the same time that we are evolving to become that, it also exists in various parallel versions of itself. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see the thumbnail of this video now, but once I'm done, the thumbnail basically kind of depicts all of these parallel realities that exist all at one time, because once again, time is an illusion. So it's like, when I was getting the download, I got the analogy, I got like the visual of a loaf of bread. Okay, and then slicing the loaf, okay, into several slices, and experiencing each slice as an individual reality. Okay, so each slice of bread would represent these parallel worlds that exist, alongside of one another. Okay, so each slice represents a different world, yet it's still part of that same loaf. So each space that each slice of bread occupies represents, that world or that loaf in a different phase or timeline. Okay, and so, or that, not that loaf but that slice. Okay, and then the slice, so it would be like, if you sliced a loaf of bread, the slice in front of you would represent you in the future, and the slice behind you would represent you in the past. Okay, this is how we experience linear time. Okay, but from a God's eye view, you see the entire loaf from above the loaf. So you see the future and the past and the beginning and the end all at one time. Okay, it was all created at once. Okay, if y'all can feel me. Okay, and so, like I said, each slice represents that world in a specific timeline. But when you put it all back together, you know what I'm saying, it's still part of the same whole. It never was not a part of the same whole. Okay, so again, the slice in front would be the future, the slice behind is the past. From God's perspective, all of these slices are just there at the same time. Okay, the only reason we experience the future, past, and present is because of, the way that we move through linear time as the perspective of being one slice at a time. Okay. So the slice you're currently experiencing is your present. Okay. But from a God's eye view, the whole loaf already exists. Okay. So the futures that you, or any possible timeline, or any possible futures that you imagine and give form to as a thought, they actually exist. Okay. And they all exist at the same time. So they are different worlds. Okay. But different versions of the same world. Okay. If you will. So it's, the whole theory of parallel worlds. If you, if you are interested in, looking into parallel realities, I believe his name is, he's a scientist, Michio Kaku. His last name is Kaku. Okay, Michio Kaku. He goes into a lot about the parallel world theory. Okay, from a God's eye view, you see the process of evolution from the beginning to the end all at one time. Okay, because we can and do make different choices, and change our minds every day, and so, we make changes to the things that we've already created. We create new things, and so our reality is one that's filled with, limitless possibilities, to create different things, to manifest and experience different things. Okay, to experiment with using our gifts and our abilities to create and manifest things. Okay, and so all of those things that we have given a form to, as far as thinking about it and imagining these things in our future, and even in our past, which I will go into that later, you know what I'm saying? Because people ain't even ready for that. But, let's just deal with, the present and the future for now. Um, being able to, whatever we are projecting into our future, as far as what we desire and what we imagine having, whether it's good or bad, and across the board, the whole spectrum, all of those worlds that we have imagined. Again, these are all different parallel worlds that exist aside one another, all at the same time. And then also, as these are different versions of the same world, understand that, in each one of those worlds is also a different version of you. Okay. Welcome to the person who just joined. So, you know what I'm saying? I did not mean for that commercial. They caught me slipping. Okay, so basically understanding that in each world that's alongside of one another, there's a different you. Okay, so it's all about really which vibe and what are you going to align with. Okay, and it's about the choices that you make. It's about, changing your mind if you don't like, the reality that you're experiencing. It's about making changes to what you've created if it no longer serves you. Creating new things. And so again, the reality is filled with limitless possibilities for manifestation, experience, and experimentation. Okay, with our gifts and our abilities. Those of us who are in alignment with this new earth energy, okay, that we're pulling towards us, that we're headed towards. We've been in an energy of releasing, okay, because the earth herself is in an energy of releasing. Okay, so if you've been feeling that, that's what it is. Okay, you guys know that I'm an earth sign, and so I'm definitely in tune with the earth. Okay, I have been just weeping for like 3 or 4 days off and on, and the tears just run like water. And it's like, because, and I'm not even sad, like these are not sad tears, like, and I'm like, why am I weeping? So I got this because I literally asked that question. I'm so tired of it, right? And I'm like, I literally, because I do my mirror, I do work in the mirror, and I get angry. I will get angry, and I want to know, why am I'm weeping? When you are a true empath, you feel everything, especially, being an earth sign and being connected intimately to the earth, okay? And all of the elements, you definitely, it's like I've been feeling it, right? So I get mad, I get frustrated. And so I asked my spirits, very angrily, why the hell do I keep crying? I'm tired of weeping about every damn thing. Okay. I feel like I've been in mourning, okay, for over a year. And so I'm tired of it, and I'm telling you, when you're connected, like when your spirit has come back into your body, it's like your heart is wide open, and the tears just flow like water. Okay, I mean water, like there is like an endless amount, like you would never even think you got that much damn water in your body. Okay, and so I was like, why do I keep weeping? And so this is why I got this download. Okay, because again, we're in the energy of releasing. Okay, so the old earth, okay, which was sustained by duality, is passing away. Okay, and as she moves into these higher realms, we as a collective are embodying a more unified consciousness. Okay, when I talk about that unified field of love and light, we understanding our intimate connection to the earth, and everyone else on the earth. We already exist as these various versions, of ourselves in each reality, just like the earth exists in these various versions. And so these all exist as thought forms, that we hold and give energy to. So some people choose to create the earth, in these other dimensions, which is why all these other realities exist. Okay. And, all these other combinations of dimensions. Okay. Because this is what we are able to do. And this is what we have been doing. Okay. All these parallel realities have always existed. When I would be going back and forth and wasn't even realizing it when I would talk about going to this darker world, we're not even realizing that it was this one. I mean, when you say it, it seems like different worlds, and it would appear to be different worlds. But again, they are actually different versions of the same world. Okay. So just like I said, in each one of those is a different version of you. So just wrap your mind around that. On some level, you already knew that. Okay. So, for every thought form, there are multiple versions. Okay. Which exist, which are continually being recreated and fed. Okay, with energy and attention. So it's continually growing. And then there are other thought forms that are being starved, and therefore are beginning to dissolve and die out. Okay. All these various forms exist to the people who are in tune with that certain energy, that certain frequency and vibration. Okay, so this is why all these worlds exist, because we each have the ability to create our own reality. Okay, so we each are experiencing the world, even though it is the same world. Okay, it's different versions of the same world. Okay, limitless versions of the same world. So each world represents a different perspective, a different vibe. We all have our own vibe, just like I talk about, if you go to different cities, you go to different states, they all have their own vibe. Okay, you go to Miami, it's going to have a different vibe from, Atlanta is a different vibe from Detroit, a different vibe from, what I'm saying, California. They're different. It's the vibe, it's the energy, it's the frequency, it's the vibration. Okay, that's what matters above all. And so, as we collectively move from one vibe to another. Okay, as a collective. Now, not saying that everyone is moving. Okay, not everyone, but still, there's a large collective that is moving from one vibe to another. Let's not be afraid to let go of whatever, might be holding us back in the old vibe. Okay. Any and everything that does not vibe with your new perspective, must be released. Okay. And so I realized that, because it's different. Of course, we all have different aspects of ourselves, and, not all of them that we are on the surface of our consciousness. So I'm like, why am I weeping? I ain't even sad. But there's all different parts of myself that are, understanding what's actually happening with the earth. The old earth is passing away, literally. Okay. And so, there is a bittersweet releasing going on here. You know what I'm saying? So, basically we have to not be afraid to release, though. Okay. Because we have to understand that we have the ability to recreate, okay, adjust or replace anything that we choose to release. Okay. And so we're going into the new earth energy, is going into a new magical realm, you know what I'm saying, where you can recreate anything that you released in the old world. And so don't be afraid to release it. Okay, whenever we are fully, present and consciously focused, with our energy and your intention, okay, putting your energy where your intention is, okay, in the same place, then we are affecting a multitude of worlds and realities. Okay, so right now as a collective we are focused on letting go of things in the old world. Okay, there is a heightened awareness of God that you don't experience until you have released your attachments to the people, places, and things that are not in alignment with, your new focal point. You know what I'm saying? And so when you do release those things, you become very aware of the presence of God, because it's basically, you're kind of alone with, no, there's nothing there but you and God. Okay, so between that space of, letting go of the old and landing in your new reality, there is a void there. Okay, and while you're in that void, you go through this process. Okay, and this is kind of where people are, because we, a lot of us have gone through the process of letting go of things, you know what I'm saying, that no longer served us. And the void, you know what I'm saying, is where you're waiting for your to create basically your next creation. Okay, your desire is it's a process that happens where basically you begin to have that desire to experience something new. Okay, and then that helps you basically tune your vibration to the vibe of that new reality that you're trying to go to. Okay, so the desire, the anticipation of that, of your new reality, aligning with the vibration, these are all aspects of the whole. Okay, like the slices of bread that form that loaf. So like, these are all parts that, aspects that you're going to go through at different, in different timelines, but it's still part of the whole process of ascension. Okay, so the process of ascension would represent, the loaf of bread would represent the whole process. Okay, and then the slices of bread, the individual slices, would represent these different states of being. And right now, people who are in this void, be after you have released a lot, this is where you are. You're going through this process of, again, having this desire for something new, a new reality, a change. You want to change, you want some new energy. And then anticipating that reality is again causing you to align your vibration with that new reality. Okay, and so even as you're going through this process, the finished process already exists as a whole as well. So even as you're experiencing the slices individually, the whole loaf still exists as a whole. Okay, as well. And so it's like the process is already done, basically. It's already done, but you're just experiencing it as individual little bites. Okay, as different parts of a timeline. Okay, experiencing the different slices at different times. Every aspect of the experience is part of the whole experience. Okay, and so there's all so basically, not only do you have the anticipation and the the desire, the anticipation, which aligns you with the vibration that you need to be in, but there's also, a time that there may be a disappointment. Okay, when it doesn't happen a certain way for you. Okay, that also is a part of the whole process. Okay, so understand that if you've experienced that, okay, the disappointment when it doesn't happen the way that you thought it was going to happen, and then the readjustment and the modification of those expectations, okay, that is also part of the process, the new experience. Okay, due to that modification of, after you have modified your expectations, then you have a new experience. Okay, and then you have joy, and then you have awe of you experience, joy, and then you find yourself in awe of your ability to take that energy and transform and transmute it, okay, into something different. And so all of those aspects are part, represent those pieces, slices of bread that you're going to experience as different parts of a timeline. You know what I'm saying? Different parts of that same, different parts of the whole. that you're going to experience at different spaces and time, okay? But they are still part of it. So if you have been experiencing that, because this is where a lot of us are, in that void waiting on. Now, some people are already there, okay, and the reason why they are there, the ones who are sharing their new, new experiences, and some of us are too. We're getting our signs, we're getting our, our stuff is coming in too. But some people are even further in, okay, because they've already been there, and so when these people should be an inspiration. Only certain types of people can be inspired by someone else's success, because if you're a narcissist, if you're a jealous-hearted person, you're not going to be inspired. You're going to be jealous. Okay. And so, but if when you see someone else being successful, because this is the only reason why we share our successes. Okay. We're not doing it in a narcissistic way, because, narcissists, they do have a desire to be envied by other people. You know what I'm saying? That's not why we share, our joys and our accomplishments and our successes, our blessings. The reason why we share it is to inspire others to, keep striving and keep going to reach for their blessings. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a desire to be envied. You know what I'm saying? To have people be jealous of us, but narcissists do. But that's a good thing about this part of the path, is that, if you are narcissistic, you're not coming. And so, you know what I'm saying? So a narcissist is never going to be inspired by someone else's success. They're going to be jealous. And so if you are inspired by someone's success, then you know that you are not, you know what I'm saying? You're not one of them. Okay. And so, but this is what you should be doing. And then if you are one of the, if you have, reached some plateau, you've achieved some level of success, by all means, share, because it is inspiring to the right people. Okay, you're going to have haters. People going to hate on you just because you're happy, because narcs exist in that lower realm. But the ones who you need, who you're trying to invite into the higher realms, those people will be inspired by your story. Okay, so our next creation, our desires to experience that creation, our desires to experience our new reality, helps us attune to the vibe of that new reality. Okay, so just understand that those are the things that come when you're in the void. That that's the reason for the void, to cultivate that desire, to cultivate that vision, to help you attune to that next vision. And also, like I said, the disappointment is also a part of it. The readjustment and modification of your expectations, it's also a part of it. Okay, the new experience that you have caused by that modification of your expectations, okay, is part of it. Okay, and then also, like I said, the joy, the excitement when you realize your power to take these energies and these thought forms and transform them. Okay. And so it's basically the whole process of experiencing each slice of bread individually, and then putting, it's basically a process of remembering yourself, self-realization, because again, remembering means to put back together. Remember. Okay, if to dismember somebody is, or to dismember anything is to take it apart. Okay, so to remember is to put it back together. So it's just like that. Like I said, you started off with a whole loaf of bread, we cut it into slices. And so we are experiencing each of these realities as each individual slice of bread. But the process that we're going through of ascension is one of putting that slice of bread back together, okay, to experience the whole. And so once you've got the bread back together and you are ready to experience the whole, then you begin to see things from from a God's eye view. Okay, so instead of being from the perspective of actually being the slice of bread, you are actually looking down on on the loaf of bread, and you see all of the slices at one time. Okay, so from the perspective of being in the slice, in the loaf, you are, like I said, the slice in front of you would be the future, and the slice behind you would be the past. But from the God's eye view, you see the future, past, and the present. You see the beginning and the end. You see the entire process. You see the finished loaf. You see the whole. Okay, and so the process is one of experiencing each slice of bread individually, and then changing your perspective to that of the whole. Again, it's basically remembering, putting it back together. Okay. And so it's remembering the whole even as you are, you know, the unique slice that you are currently in. So it's like, you understand being every slice of the bread, but you also remember the whole. It's a process of becoming whole and simultaneously being whole all at one time. Okay. And so we also experience the division, of thought forms into something new. This happens when, we get involved in relationships. Okay. And this could be a relationship as far as a job, a friendship, a home that you love, something, a relationship with anything that you have. That you have had and loved on this reality, in this plane, the energy of anything that you've ever loved or been attached to, that energy will never die. It's something that will always exist. It is continually being recreated, just like we recreate ourselves every day. Okay, we only appear to be the same because we haven't really made any drastic changes to our thoughts or beliefs. Okay, so we are basically creating the same us, over and over again each day. So it may appear that nothing has changed. Okay, but science has proven that nothing that appears solid is actually solid. Okay, not even a rock. Okay, but everything is vibrating. Okay, even rocks. Okay, and they are continually being shaped by energy. Okay, so we shape our reality basically, and once we begin to change our thoughts, then we also begin to change our reality. Okay, and we also begin to change because in each new reality is a new us and a new vibe. Okay, and so we're leaving the third dimension. Okay, where that duality was needed, where there's light and dark, good and bad, male and female. You know what I'm saying? We're leaving that. Okay, in order to learn. Now we're not leaving the masculine and feminine. Those still exist, but they now exist as a whole. Okay, and so that duality is no longer needed in the higher realms, but it was needed in 3D for us to learn appreciation and to gain a deeper understanding of, what it is to be whole. Okay, you can't really know what it is to be whole unless you have experienced the opposite. And so let me let this commercial go because I did not mean for that to play. um but damn, it's gonna play another one on me. But yeah, the experiencing the whole, um it is basically a change in perspective from, being one of the slices of bread to going back to putting the whole loaf back together, and understanding that that is the ultimate reality. Okay, but in the higher realms, um you know love and light is what's flowing freely, and it's a unified consciousness. Okay, when I talk about that unified field of love and light, that's what you enter into when you enter into the higher realms. Okay, and so like I talked about, I said I've been weeping, for the past few days, because what I'm feeling beginning to happen here is the full release. Okay, the full release of the old world, the shift away from the 3D reality. Okay, the mothership. Okay, it probably leaving around the 21st of this month. Okay, but some people are not ready yet. Okay, so those people won't sense this shift at all. But for those that are feeling this shift, okay, something very beautiful is actually happening. Okay, we're feeling a deep me. I've literally, like I said, my tears have been flowing like water, and I'm not sad. And I'm like, what the hell am I? What is these tears about? And it's basically, because again, I'm deeply, innately connected to the earth. Okay, and so what's happening is that we're feeling this deep appreciation for the 3D experience. Okay, because we're getting ready to. It's just like when you hated high school, all when you was in it, and you couldn't couldn't wait until you was ready to graduate. But when it was time to graduate, you were happy to be leaving, but you were also, nostalgic. You were sad, that you was leaving your friends and you was going to this new, if you were going to college, you know what I'm saying? You're going into a new world, more adult, there's more responsibilities. Everything is different. So, you're excited about going to the next level and graduating, but you're also nostalgic and a little bit sad about what you're leaving behind. Okay. So that's kind of what's happening right now. We are literally feeling this deep appreciation for the experience of separateness in 3D, because we're starting to realize on a deeper level that that experience of separate, being separated from one another enhances our appreciation of the experience of connection, okay, that we experience in the higher realms. And so like I said, it's at the end of your high school journey that you look back on it and then you appreciate it. But while you're in it, you just can't wait. You hate getting up every day. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to listen. You don't want to do the work. But when it comes to that last week of school and you're getting all your stuff ready to graduate and you realize that ain't gonna be no more school. I'm not coming back next week. I'm going into a whole nother world, all new people, all new experiences. There is a bittersweet releasing that's happening there. And that's kind of what's happening to us who are getting ready to graduate from 3D to 5D. The experience of the one, also deepens our appreciation and love for the other, okay, the opposite. And light workers are beginning to basically embody that unity consciousness of the higher realms, aligning with the vibration of the new earth. And we are deeply and innately sensing the thought form of our beautiful earth that we love. You know what I'm saying? The earth that we've had many lifetimes on, um as she begins to her completion of her final cycle around the sun. We are feeling that, okay, getting ready to graduate from it. Okay, the moment is at hand, okay, light workers, to appreciate this beautiful reality, okay, that we have been living, and that we have also helped to create. Okay, we're getting ready to move away from it and do a full release of the 3D reality. Okay, and so I've been feeling that very deeply, like I said, to the point where I've been crying tears of joy, of love and appreciation, okay, for all my earthly experiences as I release them, okay, and as I release the 3D earth, okay, freely release it, okay, with full awareness of all the joy that I've known on this earth. It's a bittersweet releasing process that requires our focus and our reflection. It's time for those of us who have lived and loved and cherished this beautiful earth to take time to focus and reflect on her beauty. Because whether you know it or not, the old earth is passing away. Okay? I've been saying it, but it is literally happening. So you may go through what I'm going through. You may feel these feelings of gratitude that arise. You know what I'm saying? For everything that you've been blessed with, for all that you've experienced. You know what I'm saying? You may feel the need to celebrate. You may feel the need to do a ritual or a ceremony. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel the need to do, do it. I've been feeling the need. I've been eating things that I had stopped eating for a while because I know I won't ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving into a realm. I really feel that, like, you know what I'm saying, certain things that I loved in my childhood, because God has been telling me to do that. Enjoy what you loved of this earth. You know what I'm saying, with full freedom. You know what I'm saying? Don't think about anything as far as rules that anyone else is trying to project onto your experience, but fully go ahead and experience what you loved about this earth and this experience before, you know what I'm saying, you move on to the next thing. And so, you know what I'm saying, reflect on all the beautiful creations, that you've created, and the beautiful experiences that you had, and then ultimately be prepared to release them. Okay, because only when we have fully released all of these things, can we turn our full attention to the new earth and begin to shape and mold all the new things that we're going to create in that realm. Okay, new experiences, new structures, new methodologies, new connections, new patterns of thought, new thought forms. Okay, we each complete this shift into the new world and the dissolution of our old focal point in 3D in divine timing for each individual. So for each person, this is going to be different. And this, which is why, like I said, there's right now a billion parallel realities with a different you in each one of them, waiting for you to collapse upon the one that you want. You know what I'm saying? The one that you wish to experience. But basically, the dissolution of your focal point being centered in this 3D reality, that's happening for a lot of us. And for those who come behind us, we will leave tracks so that they find their way out, and they a lot easier. But it's happening in divine timing. So because there are physical changes that need to happen, before we can, basically before you even start feeling like taking these steps, as far as releasing the things that you're still holding on to, as far as making the changes that are necessary in order to be ready to make the move. You won't feel inclined to do that until the physical changes have actually happened within you. Okay. So we moving forward, those of us who are, we should not have any fear whatsoever. Okay. And nothing that we are leaving behind is going to die. Okay. But our focus, our perspective, our experience is going to shift, okay, to the new earth. And just like the body that we have now is not the same body that we had when we were 10 years old. The old earth is still going to exist in our awareness as a part of us, just like our inner child is still a part of us as a part of our soul. Okay, because we are absolutely shifting into a new reality. So the old things that we experienced in the old earth, we it's going to be different. And so, like I said, just like your inner child is still with you as a part of your soul, so will, the things that the experiences that we had in the old earth exist with us as a part of us in our soul, as we move into the new earth. Okay. And you don't have to fully understand what I'm saying, just feel what I'm saying. Okay, because that's how we move in the new earth. This is how we move in the higher realms. Okay, you don't have to fully understand it, but you will feel it. Okay, and when you're ready, take some time. Okay, and begin the process of releasing all those old thought forms and energies that no longer are in alignment with your new higher vibrating self. Okay, and understand that this is an ongoing process, okay, which will inevitably and eventually include the releasing of your 3D home, which is the old earth. Okay. And so, you know, the grace to allow this all to transpire will come to you as you allow it to come. Okay. So you know all you need, you everything that you're going to need to know how to choose, and to be able to decide for yourself how this shift is going to happen for you, it will be provided. Okay. So those of us who are ready already, what I'm saying, to enjoy the process of creating and becoming, who we're going to be in the new earth, you need to start right now. Start right now. Okay. And because other people will follow, spend time shaping your experiences in this new dimension. Okay. And share the love and the joy and the vision that you have for your reality. You know what I'm saying? Your new reality. Share that with people, because again, the right people will be inspired by it. Okay. And don't worry about who's going to be jealous, because you literally are out of their reach at this point. Okay. You know, be Harriet Tubman, because y'all know that I feel like I'm a reincarnation of Harriet, and I do feel that I'm doing the same job, just in a different way. She freed all those slaves. She freed more, I think 170 slaves or more, on foot. Okay, dodging the devil the whole way back and forth, being led, protected, and guided, provided for by the Most High. Okay, um, you know, getting visions, being led by God. I feel exactly the same way. Okay, and but yet I'm freeing minds, I'm freeing souls from the entrapment of this matrix reality, from being earthbound, and understanding that you can transmute, you can transform your reality. Okay, and so Harriet's last words were, I go to prepare a place for you. So those of you who are ready, what I'm saying, and you're ready to begin shaping your reality in the new earth, um, you know, go to prepare a place for the people that are coming behind you. Prepare a place for everyone who's entering into the new realm. Welcome them. You know what I'm saying? Welcome all the new people, because that's what Harriet did. Okay, begin to create experiences that are so perfectly aligned with your heart's desires, that it's so good that it makes it easy to fully release that old world and fully step into the new one. You know what I'm saying? With joy, effortlessly. You know what I'm saying? Begin to expect good things for yourself and create this new entryway into the new earth with ease and with self love. You know what I'm saying? With excitement. Be creative. You know what I'm saying? Be an inspiration to the people that are coming behind you. If you are one of the forerunners, um, you know, allow the people who need it to be inspired by your new reality that you're creating as a master builder. Because as you move into the new earth, light worker, a master builder is exactly what you are becoming. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. Okay, it is 2:45 a.m. and we have been listening to Kaizen Blue. Of course, this is Before Dawn, the extended mix. I will put Kaizen Blue's link in the description. Kaizen Blue is a YouTuber, and like I said, you guys, I hope that if you came in late, that you do listen to the playback. The information, if it's not pertinent at this moment, it will become very pertinent to you moving forward. As you guys do know that I am an oracle, so I experience the stuff a little bit ahead of you, but not too much ahead of you. Okay, so some of you guys may be experiencing this right now, and some of you are going to experience it in the upcoming days and weeks. Okay, and so again, I do believe that you find these videos in divine timing, and so it's when you need it. It's like the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Okay, and with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Peace, love, and abundant blessings.